Bears fired OC Shane Waldron yesterday. Here's Caleb Williams today and what he hopes new OC Thomas Brown, who's been on the staff, brings to the offense.
I think we'll do a good job of marrying everything up together, making everything look the same, and then from there, you'll get a few easier passes, few extra layups. I think it'll help us in the run game. I think it'll help us in the pass game. Being able to do that, and then I think from there, it provides a little bit more explosiveness for us as an offense, and being able to help out the complementary football thing that we really want to attack.
Adam, take us through how this has all gone down over the last day in Chicago.
Listen, there were organizational conversations, and Matt Eberflus made it very clear that there was going to be some type of organizational change. And they went through a lot of different questions and situations and how they were going to handle it, including the idea that potentially they could even bench Caleb Williams, which came up in the organization. They ultimately decided not to do that, but they did decide to make a change at offensive coordinator that came after they made the decision not to make a change at offensive coordinator. So they went back and forth until Tuesday morning came, and Matt Eberflus informed Shane Waldron that they were making a change. And now the pressure will be on Caleb Williams, the offense, and the new offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown, who came over to Chicago after experiencing a similar situation in Carolina last year. Thomas Brown helped take over once they made the coaching change. He was in charge of working with Bryce Young, and now it'll be similar in Chicago, trying to work with Caleb Williams and make sure that he fulfills the potential that they saw in him when they made him the #1 overall pick.
Dan, what do you want to see from Caleb, this Bears offense on Sunday? They play the Packers.
Conviction. I want to see conviction in everything that they're doing, play call wise. Why are we doing it? Having a very specific understanding of why we're calling that play. And then the quarterback, cut it loose, dude. Throw the football, okay? I think the second thing is this. It's 2024, Chicago. You should not be using play action motion this little. I've talked about this on this show for 4 or 5 years now. So more of that where you're getting motion to maybe give him an indication of what the coverage is, maybe to create advantage. Give me more play action so you cut the field in half and I can just read 1 to 2 to 3 and the ball can come out. I would have plays and I would go in personnels, like something that Buffalo does. I think something that Denver does with Bo Nix. They get into personnels with like 6 offensive linemen. So I'm telling the defense, line up in single high safety defense, meaning 1 safety in the middle field. Give me man coverage. Caleb, you're throwing the ball to Romo Dunze down the field. I don't care. Unless they double team him, check it down. We used to do that with Calvin. Yeah. Get into the personnel. They're going to play him one-on-one. Just throw him the ball. I don't care. And I think just getting him to play faster. Yeah, right. Just getting him to play faster.
You like that one.
You give him a chance to, and just let's get our receivers more involved in the game.
I love that you said conviction. I think part of it, with everything that's happening for Caleb Williams, you firing an OC, a new guy, the guys around him have to step up. There's moments where he's hitting his back foot and he's looking to get the ball out and guys are blanketed. So you have to find a way, to your point, of making easy throws. You mentioned Bo Nix, the amount of wide receiver screens that the Denver Broncos throw where the ball hits his hands and he's just getting it out quick. Yes. So whether it's little Jordan Humphrey or Vele, just allowing those guys to make plays. And for Caleb Williams, he's never going to lose that playmaker mentality that he has. Right there, you're seeing him outside the pocket. Do that more often, where it's boots and it's things, or even it's just play action and he's dropping and he's moving at an angle within the pocket. So for him, he feels like he's moving around. Yeah, he's a part of the game.
And then maybe he becomes a threat as a runner as well, quickly.
Yes. Which he can do. Dan, just quickly, when you think about this offense, maybe for people to understand, there is a lot that's on Caleb, right, that he's trying to process and communicate that's a lot different from some of what Jaden Daniels might have to deal with, or maybe even Bo Nix. Like you're talking about the simplify element of this. Can they do that in a week and pare some of this down for him?
I think you can, and it starts with the protections. Unless Caleb has an unbelievable understanding of what the protection is, the problem, and how to solve it, don't call it. Just get rid of it. You don't need 900 protections going into a game plan.
Right.
You really need 3 or 4 that you feel confident in, that you can operate. And if that's the best, go about it that way. And take that load off of him when it comes to standing at the line of scrimmage and trying to figure out everything and to be perfect. Just get him to play fast before the ball gets snapped.
Yeah, play fast, Dan, and that means getting rid of the football fast and not holding on to it, which is something that they've done. And so that is one of the issues. And you have that issue. You guys have brought up the other quarterbacks. That's also a part of this as well. We're seeing right now Jaden Daniels make strides every week and get better. Bo Nix makes strides every week and get better. Drake May makes strides every week and get better. And Caleb Williams, the #1 overall pick, the quarterback many deemed to have the greatest upside of all, hasn't made those strides. Thus, the Bears make the change they did this week and now go into a game on Sunday facing a tough Green Bay Packers defense.
We overcomplicate this too much.
Yeah.
We do. Okay, here's
It's
Bears, this is what you do. You're calling 5 keepers this game. You're going to take 1 shot a quarter to Romo Dunze on one-on-one. That's just about 10 snaps. Give Keenan Allen 5 different choices. That's 15. And then get DJ Moore and DeAndre Swift 6 touches quickly, easily. That's 25 to 30
Hey,
throws.
Adam, they need an offensive coordinator.
just
Watch
about
out,
to say.
Dan.
It's not hard, dude.
I don't know if the family wants to.
I was just going to say, I cannot believe that they hired Thomas Brown and not Dan Orlovsky. Dan would have Caleb Humming on Sunday.
You don't believe that, Chef?
Thomas is a good coach, man.
Dan, sorry, you walked right into that.